All right, great Sunday afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing well. It's Hassan Mascoro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery and with our 15 minutes of mastery that we do each and every day to get you some information, inspiration, and motivation so that you can go about your day in the most effective way possible. And today, Sunday, we're doing this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Why? Well, because we had some stuff going on this morning. I had to get taken care of first and foremost. But check it out. It's episode number 402, and it's the Sunday Recharge edition of 15 Minutes to Mastery. And we're coming in to talk a little bit about patience because we all need patience. And sometimes patience gets misunderstood. Sometimes people look at patience in the wrong way, and it tends to turn into something that could actually cause you more harm than good. So we want to really talk about that because success does require the right type of patience, right? And so our quote for today comes from Bruce Lee, which says, "Patience is not passive. On the contrary, it is concentrated strength." Patience is not passive. On the contrary, it is concentrated strength. So what exactly does that mean? What does he mean by it's not passive? Well, a lot of times, like I mentioned at the beginning, we can confuse patience with I just need to wait. I need to take my time. I'm going to do this one thing and see how it turns out, and then we'll wait and see what happens. And that type of thought process, that type of action or lack of action could actually lead you to fail. It does lead you to failure because you're not being as intense as you need to be in order to make the impact or establish the changes that need to be established or uh, create whatever outcome you're after. And so we want to dig into that because, imagine, think about this, right? I was thinking about this yesterday. We were driving back home from a soccer tournament. This whole weekend we were at a soccer tournament. It was a mud festival more than anything else, but it was a great time. Got to see our son play a few games this weekend, and then the little one was playing in indoor soccer and whatnot. But anyways, we were driving home last night, and and there was a whole bunch of traffic. There's a whole bunch of traffic on the highway, and then so we decided, I say we in quotes, right? We decided to go ahead and take another route. And then I started thinking as we were taking this route, I was like, are we really speeding up or are we just actually taking more time and thinking that we're doing something here? And it got me to thinking about in business because sometimes we may think that, oh, I can't, I got to do something else because this isn't happening. And when you do that something else, everything falls apart. And now you don't have this or that, right? And so in business or in sales, if you're too patient in a manner of, well, I'm going to wait until I learn everything. I'm going to wait until I know everything I need to know about the ads and how to place the ads. Or I'm going to wait until I know everything about the homes till I feel comfortable enough to be able to actually talk to people about them. And if you're always waiting for that perfection, then you're not going to truly accomplish everything that you can. Patience is just simply sticking to the process. The patience that you need to have to be able to be successful is sticking to the process. It's like what I tell our sons also, right? It's boring to practice. Who wants to sit out there and kick a ball against the wall for 30, 45 minutes, an hour a day? Nobody. It's boring. I'm kicking the ball. I'm kicking the ball. But it's if you practice that patience of just getting through it, those 30 to 45 minutes a day, as you're doing it consistently day in and day out, you actually notice that you're getting better at it because your body starts to get comfortable with those movements. Your reactions get quicker. You actually start to notice that you're able to do other things with the ball rather than just kick it against the wall and receive it with your foot. You actually start to notice you start to volley the ball. You pick it up into the air. Now, next thing you know, you're juggling some more, all because you had the patience of putting in those 30 to 45 minutes a day, every day, and you start seeing the improvement. And it's the same thing in sales. It's the same thing in business. It's the same thing in life. If you start putting in the work, even the boring work, if you're doing it day in and day out, you start to achieve mastery. You start to get to a point where it's just second nature. It's kind of like with soccer or any other sport. It's the muscle memory that you build because you're doing this every day. And so for those of you right now that struggle with patience, for those of you that have to, you feel like, well, no, something's got to be happening. So I don't want to be stuck right here. So I've got to do this. So I'm not just sitting there. Well, what you consider just stuck right there is actually you building the muscle you need, the muscle memory that's required so that you can be successful at what you're after. And that's that concentrated strength, from going back to the quote that Bruce Lee had, right? Patience is not passive. It's concentrated strength. So in our case, in your case, it's about that concentrated strength is the focus. It's the focus on doing the boring work. It's having the patience to do the boring work. It's having the patience to sometimes just realize, okay, hold on. Let me get at this and let me actually do this the way I'm supposed to be doing it. I don't like it. It's boring to me. But like I tell everybody, boring is what gets you paid. It's that continuous repetition that gets you paid, whether it's sports, whether it's sales, whether it's business. But if it's something that you're truly passionate about, well, or if you have a major reason why you're doing it, it's going to make it easier. You're still not going to like it. Believe me, I hate paperwork. I hate it to no end. And a lot of what we do is intensive when it comes to that, creating manuals and doing these workbooks for these different programs that we put together or the events that we do. There's a lot of that involved in what we do, and sometimes I gotta fight through it. Got to fight through it and get it done. But that's also where you improve, and it's also where you notice that when you do fight through it and you do see a little bit of improvement, you actually get excited about it. I can almost guarantee you that if my son, who is sitting on the couch right now listening to this, would take the time every day to put in 30 to 45 minutes of just footwork up against the wall, he would notice that he's going to start doing some things that he wasn't capable of doing even a week, 2 weeks after or before from when he started. And he's going to get a little excited about that. And then he's going to try something else. He's going to try to volley it up and juggle 3 or 4 times and do different types of juggles. And it's actually going to become fun. But at first, you got to fight through the boring part of it. When you're learning something new, when you're starting something new, whether it's a business or sales or soccer, and it's not been new to him, but if it's new as far as that type of workout, the more of it you put in, the better you get. And as you start getting better, what happens? Your confidence improves. And as you start getting more confident, what happens? The taller you walk, the stronger you walk, the better you are, the less intimidated you get. You start to actually believe in yourself that you can actually do the things that you see other people doing. It's no different for me. When I started this company back in April of 23, I thought we'll be a training company. We're going to help people out. I've always thought it would be a great business. But as we've done things and gotten better, it's helped open my eyes to other possibilities. Still within what we're doing. I'm not talking about going a different route or a different type of business. I'm talking about in what we're doing. It's opening my eyes to other things that I can do, that we can do as a team, that we can offer as a company. And the great thing about it is this: I don't have to take it on all by myself. It would be one thing if nobody believed. And believe me, at the beginning, I'm glad I was as excited about it as I was at the beginning, that it allowed me to put in all the work that I had to when there was nobody around, when there was nobody answering the calls, where there was nobody getting back to me, when I was doing everything on my own, from developing everything for the website and coming up with products and all these things, and people that said they were going to help but ended up not helping, and it just goes on and on and on. Don't think you're special. It happens to all of us. But now, a year, almost 20 months in, yeah, we're going on 20 months in already. In April, it'll be 2 years that we've been at this. And now I see this going in such a big way. And the great thing about it that I was going to say is, even though you're going to be putting in the work at first on your own, the more committed you are to it, the more others around you start to believe in you. The more others around you start to listen to you, start to look to you for guidance. So if you are selling, you're in this business and you're brand new, put in the work. Do it the right way. Put in the work. Focus on your non-negotiables. Do the boring stuff, and other people will pay attention, but they're going to pay attention to your results. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. If you have no results, if you don't do anything with this career or your business or your sport, people aren't going to pay attention to you. But the better you get, the more that people notice, and the more that they will turn to you. They will accept you. They will turn to you. Some will want to run with you as leaders, and some will want to follow you as a leader. And some people are going to still talk about you. And that's okay too. You let your results speak for themselves. So whether I wanted to improve in my soccer skills, hello out there, and I want my team to follow me, or I want to be a leader for my team, I have to improve my skills so that people notice that I'm getting better, and they will be confident in me. They will trust me. Or I could stay the same and let everything pass me by, figuratively and literally. It's the same thing for me in business, same thing for you in sales. So this Sunday recharge today, take some time and really think through, what do you do well? And what do you not, because you're just not patient enough to learn it? And commit today to learning that, to making that a part of your regular daily routine. Because there should be every single day that you're learning something. There should be every single day that you're applying yourself to those things that just aren't fun. They aren't sexy. They aren't what gets you excited. There's never gonna be something in whatever it is. I don't care how passionate you are about whatever it may be. There's always going to be something about it you do not like. It doesn't. I'm so fired up about what I'm doing, but there's things that I have to do that I despise. I wish that I didn't have to do them. I wish I didn't have to worry about them. But that's also what makes you better in life and in business. So let's commit today to doing the things that we don't like. Practice the patience, the concentrated strength, not the patience where you're just going to ignore it and hope that it gets better on its own. It's never going to get better on its own unless you put in the work and unless you commit to having the type of patience that's needed to keep fighting through the boring. So you're only 3 weeks away, folks. We're 3 weeks away from 2025. What's going to be different for you in 2025? I can tell you what's going to be different here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. We've got a lot of stuff coming up in 2025. And I'm excited about something that I'm hoping to be able to unveil to you this coming week, because it is going to be something. It is something. It's not going to be. It is something that is going to turn the sales in manufactured home sales on its head. People are going to say, like, what in the world? Why did we not have this before? And I'm going to need you guys, all of you guys out there, to spread the word. But get ready, man. I wish I could tell you right now. I could, but I'm not going to. But it is something that is just going to just make your life in this industry so much easier. And I'm excited about it. I really am. And I appreciate everybody that's put in some work. My wife's worked on this thing tremendously. Couldn't have done it without her. So I'm looking forward to be able to unveil that to you guys this coming week. We've got a meeting about it tomorrow, and hopefully after tomorrow, I'll be able to say, okay, here we go. You guys better be ready. We really, this isn't even a thing about you supporting us on it. This is going to be for you. Everything that we do is for you out there, the sales force in the manufactured home industry. But this right here, wow. You're going to say, I wish I had this before. So anyway, I'm excited about that. Excited about some new classes. I'm excited. We're going to be in Portland the first week in January. We're going to be all over the country. Our goal in 2025 is to be able to just do even bigger and better things. Even though we're limiting the amount of people that we're going to work with, we're scaling back on the amount of new clients that we bring in, because we want to pour in. We want to be able to pour more into those folks that decide to partner up with us on this stuff. So if you're out there and you've been watching this, you've been watching us from afar, and you've been thinking about getting involved with us, allowing us the opportunity and the privilege to work with you and your sales teams, I'm telling you right now, you need to reach out to us now, because we're limiting the amount of people we're bringing on, we're onboarding, because we're going to really make a huge impact in 2025. So for those of you that we've been working with up until now, thank you. We really appreciate you. We love you guys to death. Couldn't be where we're at right now without you. And for those of you that we are going to be working with in 2025, and everyone else out there, as always, I can't wait to meet you.